So, what to expect at a planning session, whether it's a family wealth planning session, life and legacy planning session. I kind of use those terms interchangeably. What happens? So, the moment you call our office, you're going to talk with myself or one of my staff members. We'll answer your questions. We're going to get you on the schedule. I'm going to send you an email that is going to have our intake form that you'll complete before you come into the session. I do ask that you complete it as much as possible, but I also recognize that sometimes you're not 100% sure until we talk about some of those answers, or you may not feel comfortable putting everything down. That's fine. Fill it out as completely as you can, because that gives us a jumping board on which to start for that meeting and make it as efficient, as productive as possible. Make sure you hit submit if you're doing the online version. A lot of people will think they hit submit and they haven't, and that's fine. I just have them hit submit when they come to the office, but it just, if I can print it out and have everything ready when you come here, it just gives me a little bit of heads up, it gives you a little bit of heads up, and we're good to go. So we'll ask you to complete that homework, and when you come in, we'll go over the homework with you. I'll ask you a couple questions. If there's anything missing, we'll fill it in then. And then we're going to talk about everything that you have, everyone that you love, so I can get to know your family dynamics and your wishes on a personal level. I'll explain to you how the law would affect your family if something happened to you today. We're going to design a plan that's going to protect your assets and your loved ones. We're going to talk about what happens if something happens to you, what happens if something happens to a significant other or your spouse. What will happen to you if something happens to you and your children? What about what happens to you, your children, and your grandchildren? There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to consider. We're going to talk about what you want when it comes to your living will, your medical directives, and so forth. We're going to talk about who you want to be your power of attorney. Who do you want to be for your backup? Who do you want to be guardians of your children? There's a lot that we'll talk about, and then we'll move forward and decide if you, A, want to move forward, and if B, you do want to move forward, when our signing appointment will be, and what the rest of the process will be. So expect to be here about an hour and a half to 2 hours by the time we get everything done. It really depends on how much thought and decisions you've made beforehand. Keep in mind, those decisions never have to be completely in place. We do free complimentary reviews every 3 years for you to double check to see if everything's still the same. But you're going to really leave here more organized, with some really thought patterns of what's going on, things that you hadn't thought about in the past. So it's a really great way to, if nothing else, get yourself organized, get yourself in a mindset of what you want to happen if something should happen to you, and really start thinking about your family dynamics and what's best for your loved ones being left behind. Okay, so that's what you can expect. We try and have a little bit of fun. I try and keep things as light as possible, because a lot of what we're talking about is some heavy material. But if nothing else, if I don't make you laugh at least once, I'm not sure if I did a good job. So hopefully you'll laugh at least once. Okay, so if you have any questions on this matter, just give us a call at rawsonestatepanning.com. You can also schedule your family wealth planning session at that time as well. So I hope to give a chance to meet you and help you serve your family in the best way that I can. Thank you so much.